Hello and welcome to the Starfall Collective Season 2, King of the Cloudy Sea, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. I am Matthew Talamini, your Dungeon Master. I am a writer and web developer based in Providence, Rhode Island, and you can find my stuff at MatthewTalamini.com. That's Matthew, TALAMINI.com. With me are some of my old college buddies, Sir Robert Burbridge playing Weatherin, an elven paladin of Oberon. Say hi so people know who you are and tell them where they can find your stuff.
Hey, I'm Sir Robert Burbridge, a thing or collection of things that escapes my classification. But you can find stuff at thefarce.net.
Dwight Canal playing, what's the name of your idiot?
Trilo.
Something.
Trilo.
Trilo, who is an elven idiot. Say hi so people know who you are and tell them if they can find your stuff.
I am Trilo, and you can find my stuff if you're smarter than an idiot.
Joshua Suich playing Malmar, an elven warlock of Chernobog, and currently disguised as Captain Gorio of the Fujin. Say hi so people know who you are. Tell them where they can find your stuff.
Hi, I'm Josh. You can find my stuff all over the internet using JSUICH, and you can find the Starfall Collective subreddit at the Starfall Collective. And you can find a Bigfoot interview that I did if you dig it hard enough.
I found it.
Hey, and a couple of quick notes before we do anything further, but if you go to the starfallcollective.com, there is a gradually increasing quantity of viewable material there. And also for these three guys, because of the way I've set it up now, if you maximize the screen you see from me, you'll see exactly what the viewer will
be seeing. Right, let's pin this screen.
Pin this screen? I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It should be showing you your images plus mine in the frame of the Starfall Collective.
Yeah. Can you?
Which eventually, just to let our listeners
I think
know,
you're zoomed in on me. Oh, sorry.
Will become a little bit useful because we will be able to start adding visual assets like maps and things that the players can see at the same time instead of them having to just believe me.
I on the other hand,
so
believe in theater of the mind and using your imagination. So
I believe in swordfish.
So Robert, I feel like
one.
Looking at my image here, I feel like I'm really low resolution and zoomed in too far. Can you zoom me out, or should I increase my resolution some?
You can scoot back.
Low resolution or zoomed in too far?
Okay, I increased my definition. I'm not quite as blocky now. But yeah, can you like zoom out a little bit? I'm like the other fellas look sharp and clear and I look blurry. And I think it's because I'm like
a little better?
Yeah, I think that seems a little better.
I can also
that's just the same but with a little extra.
Oh, it's the same with extra stuff on it. Doesn't matter.
Because your background is too complex. You need a nice low.
I need a low resolution background.
Count.
Okay, Matt, now you are in at the full frame that I have you. Except that the other guys are overlapping you a little.
It's weird. I wonder if it's my webcam that's just blurry. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
The only thing I've cropped out is a little bit of the gray around your, picture.
But what I feel like it's not the cropping, it's the resolution.
Okay, I'm not sure. It looks great on my side, and I've got my resolution turned up high. So,
with this, I don't even know why we don't have like 1,000 Twitch followers.
Yeah, this is great. And this is going to be fantastic for all the people who are listening to this in podcast form later on. They're going to be super thrilled.
Hopefully we can chop this right off.
Yeah. So, Robert, if you look at the video later, I'm sure you will be able to see what I'm talking about, how visually Josh is very sharp and clear, but I am not.
Quick,
But-
somebody give away an incredible secret about the lore of this universe so that there will be at least some nugget that people who sloshed through it can say, I persevered.
It turns out that Bigfoot is real
Booyakasha!
in the
There it
Starfall
is.
Collective.
Only in the Starfall Collective.
Hey, Josh,
All right,
will you
let's
tilt
get
your-
into it. Let me set the scene.
Josh, tilt your camera up just a little bit because you're cutting yourself off.
For
All
what
right.
it's worth, Matt, on Twitch, you look the same as everyone else. So
Okay.
I think it might just be your Jitsi connection.
Let us set the scene. Earlier today, the Fujin was almost wrecked. It appears that someone had booby-trapped parts of the cloudy sea. You encountered a section of trees that had been mostly sawed apart from their neighbors, so that when the Fujin sailed over it at full speed, those trees broke apart and fell, revealing a nearly 20-foot wide moat. With quick thinking and the strategic use of levee and many ropes, you were able to lift the Fujin just enough to keep her from tumbling down into the night sky abyss below you, but not quite enough to jump the gap altogether. Her prow hitting the other side of the moat, the nearly weightless Fujin flipped stern over bow and stuck herself mast first into the forest. Nobody was lost, but the Fujin did suffer a good deal of damage. She will be able to sail again. However, repairs will probably take a day or so. Fortunately, the main mast, was spared. But much of the rigging and many of the essential machines on the deck were destroyed or damaged. Since then, with the help of the enormous amounts of levee aboard the ship, the sailors have lifted the Fujin, flipped her over, and set her upright once more. Repairs have commenced, and the sound of saws and hammering is apparent all around you until the party of 3 Aarakocra that were sent to you by Yellow Eyes returns from scouting to warn that a party of dark elves and Karenite devils is quickly approaching. They saw them just a few minutes ago and came straight back to warn the Fujin. When they saw them, they were about 500 feet to your west. They're in small boats and 2 largish rafts, and if they maintain the same pace, they'll be here in just minutes. They say, to you, Captain Gorio, there were about 30 dark elves and 2 weird, spiky devil things that certainly must be creatures of Karen.
To battle stations, men! To your battle stations! Crossbows at the ready!
The sailors all look up, make sure it's not a false alarm, and they see that you're serious.
Yeah.
They do as you've ordered.
So I think Mal is going to try to Mal is going to give command of the battle to Barkus and tell Barkus that he is going to actually go out and try to fight and try to take out their field commander, take out their leader. And Barkus is to keep the men in tight formation and, give them hell from a distance until they close ranks. So, and he's going to grab
Tell me
Watherin.
exactly what your orders to Barkus are.
His orders to Barkus are form defensive ranks and at the first possible distance, I am taking a small party and pinching them from the side to take out their leader.
Okay. It seems like I missed one word there. Do something from a distance?
Engage from a distance. Just try to hunker down, use the ship for cover, That's the main tactical advantage that the men have, is that the men can fall back to the ship and take defensive positions and attempt to defend the ship from a invading group that has to move through the open.
That's true. That's very true. The sailors, this ship is well.
Lost you.
Well equipped, possibly. Are you there, Matt?
Hey, I'm back.
Gotcha.
Hey, you're
Okay,
back. We
you're
heard
back.
the ship is well equipped.
This ship is designed so that all of the sailors, or at least a large percentage of them, can be armed and at the boats quickly as soon as a kraken is spotted. So every sailor knows where their crossbow is. Every sailor knows how to spring into action quickly. So they put down their work. Some scurry down into the hold to arm themselves. Some bins are opened up on the deck, and crossbows are gotten out and passed around. Somebody, the carpenter, with his long, crazy beard, starts hammering together like big wooden shields, just like to lift up for them to use as cover. Somebody takes the one boat. This is Sarah's idea. She orders this done. Somebody hauls up the one remaining boat and sort of tilts it up on its side so that its belly is facing to the west, which is the direction that the invaders are coming from, so that sailors can take cover behind it and be able to sort of duck out and shoot and duck back in. So all these preparations take a couple of minutes, and in that time, you don't see anything.
Okay. During that time, Mal is going to right away. He's going to cast invisibility on Watherin and just tell Watherin to stay close. Hopefully that will help, because I don't have the ability to cast Pass Without Trace or anything, but hopefully that invisibility will help him to move stealthily alongside him. And the two of them are going to try to go out and find the forces and hopefully flank them or come at them from the side.
Okay.
So Watherin was off ship, but or maybe enough time passed that he was back on.
Yeah, time has passed. You've been back on the ship for a while.
Okay,
It's been hours, and the ship is up right now, and repairs have been going on for a while.
Okay. And Josh, just let me know what breaks invisibility. What can I do that'll make invisibility stop?
When you attack or cast a spell.
So, okay, sounds good. Just making sure.
Okay. So you two are going to Trilo, are you going to do anything?
Just trying to find a place to.
You know what? Trilo's good with the bow. Trilo proved himself to be a really good long-range bow shot. So I think Mal is actually going to grab Trilo and bring him too. Because that's the whole point of this, is that he wants to try to engage from as far of a distance as possible. So, and if he brings
Thanks for
Trilo,
trusting me, Captain.
yeah. And if Trilo attacks from a distance and Mal attacks with his Eldritch Blast at range using Trilo's shots as cover, then hopefully he can fudge or fake his way through the battle, actually using some of his powers, using Trilo as a cover. So that's his thought, at least.
So you're concerned that if you begin using Malmer's very distinctive warlock powers, plainly, people might get the idea that maybe
maybe, yeah,
with
just
Gorgo.
maybe, yeah. So that's why he's trying to do this from a distance.
But
So,
you have brought your long weapon.
yes.
And
Yeah.
also, there are some relatively discreet spells like Hex or something.
Yeah.
Of course.
Not
Go
like the
ahead and roll me initiative then if you're going to jump out of the boat and start moving.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Well, you're going to have to roll initiative eventually, so go ahead and roll it now, but we're not actually entering initiative right now.
Oh,
22.
17.
What is your dex, Malmer?
3.
What's your dex modifier?
3.
Okay.
I also got a 22.
What's your dex modifier?
3. My dex modifier is 3.
Okay. Great. Kylo?
Wait, I said it. 17. It was a 20, but it hit the side and then rolled to 14, which plus 3 is 17.
Awesome. So the lay of the land is like this. When you look out from the boat, behind you is this moat or trench. The boat is facing south. To the north of you is this empty long line, like a moat of empty space that forms kind of a barrier to the north. And then to the east and the west and the south is just the featureless, long, empty, cloudy plain with a very slight rise to the east, which if you know the geography, that slight rise would be in the distance what they call the depths. Otherwise, no features are visible.
Deaths?
The depths.
No.
So
Hard
tell
to
me
say.
how you're going to proceed as you go through. You have not yet sighted any enemies except for that one stray fireball that you saw sort of fly over the top.
Yeah, so Mal's going to try to use that for a bearing and try to go what he's going to imagine that it's about 120 feet, 90 feet away and try to come around it to the side. So he's going to try to make a what?
Which side, the south or north?
Uh, oh,
The foes are
from
to
the
your
south.
west.
Okay. Yeah, it came from the. Yeah, we'll try to go around from the south and try to come swing up at it in a semicircle.
Okay. What I want is all of you who are going on this journey, go ahead and make me
The happiest DM ever.
2 acrobatics checks and a stealth check and a perception check.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Acrobatics.
Well, if
and
you're trying to be
acrobatics.
sneaky, make a stealth check, but it seems as though you are.
Yes. Okay. So
I cannot hear you, Sir Robert, if you're talking.
Acrobatics, stealth, and
Acrobatics, stealth, and perception.
perception.
Or also tell me what your passive perception is
Okay.
as you go.
22 and 15 for the acrobatics. Stealth is 18. And then you said perception for the last one?
Yeah.
Ugh, 6.
I got
Mouse. Go ahead.
16 and 19 for my acrobatics checks.
Okay.
I got a 9 and 11 for my acrobatics. I got 18 for stealth, and my what was it? Perception was 13.
Okay. So as you're going along, Weatherin is invisible. So I suppose you don't notice when he slips. Weatherin, roll me up a d4. And then another acrobatics check.
2 on the D4,
Okay.
and then acrobatics 12.
Cool. Oh, where are my D6s? Okay.
Any cube will do.
Any cube will do. Okay.
Would you like to know my stealth and
Oh, I thought you
perception?
told me.
What numbers do you have? I'll see if they're the same. And I forgot what I told you.
I thought they were unremarkable and you passed the checks.
Probably I passed them, but my stealth was slightly remarkable.
Okay. Tell me your stealth.
25,
Okay. Tell me your perception because I don't remember 25.
18.
Okay. Sweet.
I
So
was
yeah,
mumbling to Pawn the whole time, or one of the gods. I don't know. I can't keep them straight.
Trilo and Malmer. So you're both aware that Weatherin is invisible beside you, but you neither see nor hear him as you go along. You're maybe 50 feet out from the Fujin when you hear a thump from below you.
Ah,
This thump is the sound of Weatherin having slipped through, catching himself on a tree branch down below.
I point at him and I whisper, "Hey, are you all right?"
Whether it
And
does a
only
thumbs up.
he can hear me, and he can reply in a whisper that only I can
crud.
hear.
You're casting that spell that lets you communicate.
Yeah, message.
Yeah, so Weatherin, you can reply to him in a whisper that only he would be able to hear.
And I just say, just slipped a little. I'm fine.
Weatherin, make me a perception check before you climb up.
Okie dokie. Natural 20. So plus 3, 23.
When you happen to be down below the level of the canopy, when you walk along on the cloudy sea, you're walking on the broad canopy of leaves, sort of down low so that you don't fall through. And also the clouds provide some cover. But you fell down below, and what you see looking around you actually to your wait. Yeah. To your northwest, a little ways, you see some movement underneath, like down in the body of the cloudy sea, among the trees and the entangled tree branches. You see
Okay.
movement as though a number of people are like traversing or moving around
To the southeast,
to your northwest.
to my northwest. Was that when I fell? I noticed that, or I'm trying to one.
So you fell and you caught yourself with a thump, and then Trilo messaged you and said, "Are you okay?" And then you looked around,
To see if I was
and
okay.
being under the canopy and under the clouds, you were able to see some motion towards your northwest.
And how far away?
You would say maybe 60 feet.
And one last thing is at my level or up above? On the
Below you.
below me. Okay.
So like nearer to the bottom of the
Yeah.
trees.
So I respond to Trilo. What do I get? Like one sentence? What is it?
It says a message.
Okay. I'm fine, but there's movement to the northwest, on the canopy floor, or whatever it's called, 200 feet away.
Say in the forest, probably.
Yeah, I just give them an indication of where we are. I mean, where they are relative to us.
Cool. So
Where I
then
saw the motion.
I point to Gorio and transfer the message in the location.
With hand signals?
No, with message.
Oh, with message. Nice.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. It just. I'm like your router y'all can talk to each other silently, but only through me. And only if I initiate it.
Nice.
Anything you want to say to Gorio? Anything you want to say to Weatherin? Pew, 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 pew.
I love it. Can't hear you, Josh. I'm sorry.
I think Goreo is going to say, tell him to quietly make his way towards the ship and maintain scouting position from within the canopy and keep us updated. I'm going to head back to the ship to convey the information. And so Goreo is going to go and try to head back and let the men know what's going on without shouting it out loud and giving away the fact that they know this.
I mean, if
Okay.
you want, I can send a message back to the ship if we're within 120 feet.
Oh, yeah. Do that. Yeah.
Use all my amazing wizard powers. So
Yeah,
I
you are
point
within 120 feet, and you
I
can.
point at Burkus and I say, "Hey, there's stuff going on."
You would
Gorio
say
says to do stuff.
if you give him the position, you would say that it's about 100 feet due south or due west
Of the ship, or
of the ship.
because he doesn't know where I am. Yeah,
Doesn't know where you are.
I tell him that.
Cool.
Again, gentlemen, this is just one facet of my tactical genius to bring Trilo. Just one facet. Try not to be too dazzled by the gem that is my military mind. What?
Wow. Trilo's the idiot who's partially worthwhile.
Indispensable at this point. Indispensable. Okay, if that's the case, then Mal is gonna tell Trilo to tell Watherin to just take up a good position. Well, how I guess he's gonna try to find out where Watherin is. How far back is he? I'm just trying to think.
Oh, Watherin's directly below you.
Directly below. Okay. In that
Yeah,
case,
you heard him fall.
is it any more or less difficult to travel one layer down inside the forest?
No, you have to make the same acrobatics check.
Okay.
Although if you fall, there's not another layer down there to catch you.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think because Watherin is invisible, it'll be good for Watherin to move towards them from his position. And Mal and Trilo are going to move in parallel above Watherin in the same direction. And he's going to use Trilo's message to silently coordinate movement with Watherin.
Works for me.
Cool. All right. And then at the last minute, and in the meantime, Mal wants Watherin to keep an eye out for anybody who looks like they might be the leader of the party. What were you saying, Trilo? Dwight?
So every minute you hear Trilo go, "Hey, you have anything to tell anybody?"
That's
Because he has
wonderful. Thank
to
you.
initiate it.
Well, you can initiate the message with message. You can
If you
message
have
me,
message-
message him. We'll just be able to
Yeah.
communicate every other round.
Yeah. I'm just saying I have to ask
That's
you
what
if
it's
you want
like.
to say anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Malmer,
in my mind, yeah.
Malmer cannot use message to talk to
Right.
Trilo. Trilo has to use it to talk to Malmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? So you're going to go towards this group that you saw.
Yes. Yeah. And try to
Okay.
engage them early. Well, actually, they're going to try to swing around to the side and hit them from the side, or maybe let them
From the
move
south.
past and then hit them from behind. So they're going to try to get in position and then hold still and then let them they're going to come around,
Mm-hmm.
and then hopefully they'll, I can't do this. It's mirrored. It's reversed in the
So
screen.
what you're going to do is you're going to take a path
Weird.
to the south of where they are and
Yeah.
try and take a position to their west
Yes.
and sneak up on them from behind.
Yes.
Okay. Each of you who are doing that, roll me one more acrobatics check.
Okay. Nice. 14.
I think that because how long does invisibility last?
Is it an hour or not? Up to an hour.
Okay. I think that because
It's been maybe 5
Withering
minutes.
is invisible and above their immediate level, he's going to go more directly for them to just try to get actual sight.
Yeah, visual.
Yeah, get visual contact. But, that's still pretty close to you. I'm just not going around.
I would have no way of knowing.
Except for Trilo.
Okay,
Good.
cool.
Rock's
What
White Vespa.
happens before you reach them? You do see them, and as you draw closer and as you sort of make your way around them, did you guys tell me the results of those acrobatics checks I asked for?
14.
12.
Weathering?
I didn't do it. I'm already below.
Conscientiously object.
Oh, but you're moving through the forest towards them.
Right. Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying everybody who was going around and doing that whole thing. I
Yeah,
was just going to be. Okay. Great.
go ahead and do it as well because you're moving through the forest.
Got it. Okay. I'm on an intercept path to where I think they'll be when I.
Instead of trying to sneak around, you're trying to intercept.
Yeah. Okay. And you said, I'm sorry, acrobatics?
Mhm.
Yeah. It landed on a corner of my keyboard. Sorry. I should have kept the other one. I got a 1, which is a 4.
How? Okay.
How well are you tied to the tree that you're?
Roll me. So you slip and fall. Roll me another acrobatics check.
Oh, another acrobatics. That was this time an 11.
You fall, and you it's a nightmare. There are branches going past you, and there's so little time to find something to grab onto. But at literally the last possible second, you grab on to one of the leaves of the lower canopy.
A
And
leaf?
Stretches. And your feet, and you come out dangling from it with your feet above the night sky in the mist below the world, just hanging by the fact that it's an 11 and not a 9.
That was a critical fail.
You didn't take any damage, but you're in a very precarious position.
You will need to change your armor.
But it is going to take you a little while. You lose some time climbing back up. You've already made the acrobatics check to save yourself, but you've lost some time. Trilo.
So now I'm down at the bottom layer.
Yeah, you're at the very bottom, so stuff is happening above you.
Trilo points to him and instantaneously cleans an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
I don't think you
Using
can see him at this point.
prestidigitation.
You had parted ways before he fell.
Yeah,
Trilo,
and it's only got a 10-foot range, but it would have been funny.
do you at any point ping Barkus as you're going with your message?
Yeah, I'm pinging him, but less often. I'm
Okay.
mostly pinging Captain, and then slightly less often pinging what's his name that just caught the leaf, and then
Watherin.
and then even less often Barkus.
Barkus, so I'll describe a couple of things to you. As you two, Malmer and Trilo, make your hooking motion, your curve to come around, you are able to get a good look at this party. They are mostly workers. They look like they're not well clothed. They don't seem to be well armed or well armored. These are dark elves, but they're not like the dark elves that were aboard the Fujin. They look like charcoal burners or workers or farm hands. They're not soldiers. They're not fighters. They're not guards. Um, some of them have bizarrely got axes where their hands should be.
That sounds
Very Karenish. Corindus, I dare say. Do we see a leader? Can I make a perception or an investigation or an insight check to try to see if one of them is calling the shots or is more physically or arcanely formidable?
Or
At
if
this-
there are any ugly, spiky, Nothic-y looking things.
At this stage, you do not see anything that seems to you to be a leader or a monster.
Drat.
I mean, I could also point at a few of them and scare them if you wanted me to.
While you're messaging around, as you're making this sort of hooking around maneuver, Trilo, when you ping Barkus, he says to you, "They're shooting at us. They're shooting fire. There's fire coming at the Fujin from the south."
Okay, I tell
And
Captain.
we are to the south. Do we not see any fire? As I look up, do I see jets of fire anywhere?
You don't. There is a canopy of leaves, and above that, the foggy mist of the cloudy sea. You don't see anything past that.
Interesting. So is there anywhere for me to climb up to get above that? As
You
I
can
look
always
around?
climb up. Yeah, anytime you want.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to climb up and get up top, get up high, and poke out so that I can see. And I tell what's his face, Yuckity Yak, to come up with me.
Watherin or Trilo?
Trilo.
Also,
Hi, I'm Yakety Yak now.
at any time that Watherin and Trilo communicate, Watherin suggests that Trilo also send a message to any of the circling Aarakocra there might be. I don't know if they still are. Scouts. If you can see them.
I don't actually have to be able to see them if I've met them.
You've
Well,
met
anyway,
Aarakocra.
just a suggestion.
to ask them to come and help you, Weatherin?
No, just because they're spotting, right?
Yeah.
That's
Are there
all.
any
You don't
within
know,
120 feet?
You don't know what they're up to quite yet. But so when you emerge,
By the way, Mal pulls out a little bottle, like his hip flask, that is it's just a hip flask that he drinks from, but he pours it onto Trilo's bow and casts minor illusion to make it look like it's imbued with kind of the purplish Mal signature color scheme energy. And winks at Trilo.
Whoa! What's that gonna do?
You'll like the effect, lad. All right.
Cool.
okay, so when you pop up and finish climbing up above the surface of the top of the cloudy sea, that is when initiative kicks in. It is at that moment that you can catch the tail end of some blobs of fire shooting over your heads from positions to your northwest and southwest.
A pincer maneuver.
That are heading towards the Fujin.
Okay.
Let me see. Three of the fireballs hit the Fujin.
Good thing we're not on it.
But all of them seem to all of them don't seem to do any damage besides minor scorching. They hit the hull and just sort of bounce off or hang on for a moment, but then go out real quick.
Okay. So can Mal see the source of these fireballs now that
Not
he's
at the
made
moment.
it? Not at the moment. Okay.
So, yeah, you have a turn. It is your turn, Malmar.
Okay, so we've made it to the top. We're up at the top of the canopy.
Yeah.
And we cannot see where these where these fire things came from. Can we see anyone?
You see nothing. You see the Fujin. The
Okay.
brow of the Fujin is directly to your east.
Okay. Mal would like to move in the direction of the source of the flames. And at the end of his movement, what does he see? After moving 30 feet in that direction.
Yeah, if you go 30 feet south, 30 feet west, you practically trip over a barbed devil. This is
Okay.
a creature that is crouched on the leaves with the mist flowing over its head so that it's in hiding. But as you yourself crouch past the leaves, it comes up right on your left. And it
Okay.
looks at you and you look at it, and you can go to within 5 feet of it if you want to attack it.
Mal is going to hold the rest of he's going to hex it and hold the rest of his action until Trilo comes over and shoots it. He's going to shout, "Get over here, lad!"
Oh,
And Mal's going to stand right behind Trilo and cast.
Whoa, hold on. It's not Trilo's turn yet.
Yep.
not my turn yet. Come on,
He's
Captain.
holding this. He's holding the rest
what
of
are
his
you
turn.
doing?
But in the meantime, this guy is hexed.
Okay. How close to it do you go?
I mean, I'm traveling until I see it, and then once I see it, I'm gonna hold the rest of my action, and I'm not gonna get closer.
At about 10 feet out.
Okay. So close, far enough away for Trilo to shoot it with his bow.
Weatherin, it is your turn. You are dangling somewhere beneath the cloudy sea. Actually, you know what? A little time has passed. So I'll say that you've climbed up into the forest, and you can be as high or as low as you wish. If you want to have gone up onto the canopy, you can have done that.
Do I know where approximately they are and all that?
No. Not unless Trilo spends an action to tell you.
Okay.
But you heard the captain yell, "Get over here."
You will have heard that, yeah, just now.
And did I see the crew, the 30 worker weird people?
You were the one who spotted them originally, but you went towards them a little bit and got sort of a good look at them, but then you tripped and fell, and then you've climbed back up. So
then I will have. I'm going to move in the direction of the get over here.
Okay. What's your movement divided by 2 because it's difficult terrain?
It is 15 feet.
Okay. You move 15 feet to the west about then.
Okay.
You going to do anything else?
Do I see anything? Is there
right now, unless Malmer is like standing up above? How visible are you being, Malmer?
He's not trying to be. I mean, he's still trying to be sneaky. He was stealthing his way forward. So.
Yeah, then Malmer is below the level of the fog. You cannot see him. You also cannot see the barbed devil. To you, it's just a flat, even surface of fog, and you can see the trails of the fire headed from west to east towards the food.
I'm on the middle layer. I'm underneath the canopy.
Oh, is that where you are?
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, you cannot see anything that's happening above.
Okay.
Um,
But I'm still moving towards the get over here.
yeah. Roll me perception as you move south.
Okie dokie. 21.
Yeah, there, to your south, you can see where there are two figures crouching on the leaves, one closer to you and one further away, about
Okay.
about 40 feet south, it seems,
Okay. And that's in the direction I heard the thing.
in the direction you heard Malmer call.
Sounds good.
Malmer, the barbed devil that you have surprised, looks at you, and then it. Oh goodness, what's their movement? Do. Oh yeah, okay. It is going to move 15 feet south. So now it's about 25 feet south of you, and it is going to like hold up its two hands, and like fire's going to like erupt and like sort of side armed beneath the surface. It's going to skim two fireballs at you.
Two, you say?
I say
Interesting.
two. I say. How is a 7 against your armor class?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
All right. Tell
Even
me
Trilo's armor class is better than 7.
tell me about an 8 versus your armor class.
Still not
It's
enough.
surprised, and the fireballs, like it sort of what happens is like it sees you and starts and like scampers backward along the leaves, keeping its head really low, and then tries to shoot you with two fireballs, but they both whoosh, whoosh, go right past you. Is anybody above the surface of the canopy looking right now?
Looking, meaning what?
Poking your head up and looking
Perception?
over the clouds.
Yeah, like
Oh.
poking your head up. Okay.
No, that like takes effort, right?
Yeah. Okay. Or if you had ended your turn, like with your head above the canopy or whatever.
And that's like you go to the top and you stand up, or like you
Yeah.
stand up on tiptoes and jump a little bit.
Sometimes you would have to stand up on tiptoes and jump a little bit. Most of the time, just standing instead of crawling on top of the canopy will.
Oh, gotcha.
The mist
Yeah,
is
I'm
like
not-
2 to 5 feet tall, depending. Trilo, in that case, it's your turn.
Okay, I will move whatever half of 35 feet is. 17 and a half.
Okay. So you come upon, you were in the same place as Malmer was, so you come upon him.
I'm
All right.
here.
Shoot it, lad! And Mal takes a step back and waits for Trilo to shoot it with the bow, and then hits it with Eldritch Blast at the same time.
Okay.
Cool. So this is Trilo's action and Malmer's reaction.
Oh, wait, no. 2 hit. How's 11?
11 misses.
Sorry, Captain.
Well, you probably wouldn't say sorry, Captain, because at the same time, you see
Does the goo he put on my bow do anything?
nuts. No. Yeah, I mean, does 12 hit it?
12 does not hit it.
Okay, yeah. So you see a incredibly powerful bolt of energy go by, and it misses. And Trilo turns and says, "Sorry, Captain." And the captain has a look of extreme frustration on his face that might make Trilo wither, but it's really meant for himself. All right, that's
You can
our
just
turn.
blame it on Trilo. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Let me just check one thing.
Now, does he have to make an acrobatics check to move across the canopy in combat? And do we need to make a check?
I've sort of forgiven you the last couple rounds of that. Or
I
I've
thought you were
sort of
just having our speed.
Well,
forgiven you this round of that since you've already made some acrobatics checks.
can we go back to making acrobatics checks?
Because you want him
Sure.
to fall in.
Yeah.
You want the barbed devil to fall in.
Yeah.
They have high dexterity, though.
That's okay. It's at disadvantage.
Oh, right. So you hexed it.
Oh wait,
and
do our attacks to have advantage?
No. He's at disadvantage to make all dexterity-based attacks and saves.
Gotcha.
Let me make a note of that. Awesome. So, Malmer, it is your turn again. You have a surprised barbed devil about 25 feet to your south. I'm sorry,
right.
I'm saying south because I've got the paper oriented that way, but it's west. I should
All right.
orient it this way.
Mal takes the spear and points it at the barbed devil and blasts it with Eldritch Blast.
Right in front of Trilo and everything?
He does it out of the spear, so hopefully that will
Okay, hopefully he'll be able to spin it.
buy it. Yeah. So
Oh, Trilo's an idiot.
how does a 17 and a 20?
Why are you telling me two things?
To hit because it's two separate rays. It's two separate.
Both of those hit.
Okay. All right. So
You do
that's
like a doubling?
when I get to a certain level, it goes up to 2 bolts.
You get to do two because you're high level.
Blasts.
Awesome.
2 blasts. Yeah. So this fool eats up 40 points of damage. I rolled 2 less than the most I could possibly roll.
Wow.
40 points of damage, and he gets blasted 10 feet back, and hopefully that initiates some sort of dexterity check.
It definitely does. And Trilo, make me I don't know. What's like a gullibility check?
An intelligence check would be.
Yeah, go ahead and just make a straight intelligence check, Trilo.
Intelligence. Man, you should have made it wisdom based because I get -2 on one of those.
I was going to say, I say intelligence, but I think insight is determining the intentions of a creature.
No, this is definitely intelligence.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This
Just
is
to perceive the mechanic, not the intent.
recognizing and remembering a physical phenomenon.
Okay.
11.
Okay. This is like, I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. I wonder where. I'll have to think about that later a little bit. The barbed devil that is struck by these eldritch blasts, is both at the same time or one after the other?
Oh, does each one blast it 10 more feet so he gets blasted back 20 feet?
Well, each one blasts at 10 feet, right?
Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that mechanic since I get to do more blasts. But yeah, so he's blasted back 20 feet. I guess he's tearing into the canopy.
Yeah, so he gets blasted back 10 feet and stays on his feet. but then gets hit by the second blast. Oof. Yeah. Gets hit by the second blast and just goes tumbling.
Bye.
And now the question is, will he fail his save to catch the branch?
The answer is no, he won't.
Yes.
But he does take
He won't fail.
a fairly good deal. He
Oh.
does not fail.
Oh, I thought you meant no, he doesn't catch the branch.
Let me just...
Negative, Cold Leader. Just impacted on the surface.
This spiny devil is out of sight for now, but you hear the thunks, the telltale thunks reverberating through the forest as it bounces off branches and donk, 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 donk.
Mal hasn't used any of his movement yet. Can he use some of his movement to travel, to move to a place over where he went down so that he'll be able to look down on him?
Yeah. How much movement do you have?
I mean, I have a
30?
normal 30-foot movement,
Okay.
so
You can't quite get there, but you can almost get to directly.
good enough. Good enough. That's probably even better, because that way I'm not like a face sticking over the edge for him to shoot at.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, you can't. That's a lie. You can't at all.
Can't move?
No, you can move. You just can't. I just thought you were someplace where you weren't. You were about like 25 feet away from it, and then you shot it twice, and it went 20 feet, and you can go 15 feet. So you can go almost to where it. You can go almost to where it was standing when you shot it, but it's still 20 feet away.
Fair
and
enough.
Down a good ways.
Fair enough. I'll do
Trilo.
that.
I'm sorry. Weatherin,
Yep.
your turn, buddy.
I'm just still moving towards him.
You see the flickering light of Malmer's
Fireball.
eldritch blasts, like beneath the fog or through the trees.
Okay. I'm still moving towards him. I don't actually know how far away I am. How far am I?
You are about 50 feet right now away from where the flickering is.
I guess I'll something like dash, but it's tough terrain, so I get 30 feet instead of 15.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
So you come up to where you're pretty close on them.
Cool.
They're
Still maybe 20 feet
like
away.
20 feet away from you now.
Okay. Sounds good. That's it for me.
The
Can you bless yourself or buff yourself or anything?
Yeah, when it's time. I'm still invis.
Okay.
Oop. Oh man. Okay. Trilo, your turn.
Hi.
You just saw some blasts come from behind you, sort of out of nowhere, and just wreck this barbed devil down into the depths of the cloudy sea.
Do I see anything else I can shoot at?
You see the hole where the devil fell through the canopy.
That's it?
Yep.
I guess I'll stand up and look around.
Okay. Yeah, when you stand up and look around, you see you actually see 40 feet to your north, you see another barbed devil standing up above the canopy, shooting, pow, pow, shooting fireballs at the Fujin.
Gotcha. I feel like that was my action, so I can't even tell.
That
other
was your
people that I
movement.
saw that.
That was
Oh,
your
okay.
movement.
Well, I will shoot at him with my longbow.
Very good. You can do that.
Dadgummit, why are you rolling so poorly? How's an 11? Again,
11 definitely doesn't hit.
does it at least get his attention?
Doesn't seem to. Goes right past him.
I yell to the captain, "Hey, look over there!"
Okay. Malmer, you hear Trilo yelling from just ahead of you, where he's climbed up to poke his head up above the canopy. And he yells, "Hey, look over there."
Okay.
You cannot see where he's pointing.
Okay.
And
I
it's not your
point with
turn.
my foot.
Cool. Yeah. See, Mal is torn. He could ignore Trilo, stick his face down underneath the canopy, and finish this fool off. Or he could go deal with another barbed devil and get two of them paying attention to him at once. I think he is going to shout, "Harry it for now, lad. I'll be right there." And he sticks his head down under the canopy and tries to spot the devil that he just shot. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. And he tries to finish that guy off because he's already hexed and is going to try to blast him out the bottom of the canopy.
In just 1 minute here.
Is he making his acrobatics check to try to climb up?
No.
No.
I created this great environment where my bad guys just get wrecked by my heroes. All right, Malmer, now it is your turn.
It's like watching Tron all over. Okay, so he sticks his head down. Does he spot this fool?
If you were to move, you can't see him right now.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
from where you are.
I have to go down into the canopy, right? So I
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah. How far down are you going?
I mean,
It's about 40 feet deep.
sure. I have a sense of how far down he got blasted, right?
No. You
No.
just saw him fall through the leaves, and then you heard some thunks echoing. Thunk, thunk, thunk.
All right. So based on the number of thunks I heard, I'm going to guess that he went down a decent little ways. So Mal's going to go down about half as far as he could possibly go down.
Okay.
So does that get me into visual range of this fool?
As you climb down, you do indeed see it about 30 feet to your west.
And down, so further down than me by the time I see it?
No, it's on about the same level as you.
Okay.
When you get to the same level as it, like you looking around, you can see it.
Okay. Does a 16 and a 17 hit?
You're going to shoot at it?
Yes.
A 16 and 17 do hit.
Okay. Ooh, dice don't fail me now. Yeah, daddy like. Okay. So that's 29 points of eldritch damage and a double push of eldritch energy to send him falling.
29 points?
29.
All right, buddy. Come on, Bart the Devil.
This is like what I do. Massive damage on a single heroic enemy.
Yeah, it gets blasted backward, bounces off a couple of trees, thunk, 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 and you see it drop through the lowest level of the bottom
Man,
canopy.
I love killing stuff like this.
And it's you see it no longer.
All right. Did Mal use up all of his movement?
You have a little tiny bit left.
Okay. He'll start to head back up and he'll shout to Trilo, "One down, coming for the other."
He's over there.
I have no idea where that is.
Over there.
Still have visual. Lad, I can't see ya.
Okay,
That probably uses up all of our free talk.
pretty much.
That whole time, Trilo was pointing like right at him.
That was a really, really good time to roll well on 4 attack rolls. Thank you.
Trilo, it is your turn.
Wait, are you sure it's not Weatherin's turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is Weatherin's turn.
So for that, Gorio / Mal went towards that other guy,
Uh-huh.
and I'm guessing I'm close enough now to sort of see what's happening.
Yeah,
there, you
so
said?
what you saw ahead of you was Malmer climbing down a little ways. And you're climbing forward as this is happening, making your way through
Right.
the trees and balancing on branches and things. And so you see, him stop and shoot. Pow, pow, pow. You don't see what happens to what he's shooting at.
I'm gonna. Did I see the other guy fall? The first guy.
No,
Maybe.
I don't think you saw that.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going towards where Mal is.
Okay.
Since he's the only anchor point I know.
Yeah, you catch up to Trilo.
Okay, great. And I tell Trilo that I'm there next to him. I'm invisible. Psst. Hey, Trilo.
Hey, woo, what?
I'm here. What's going on?
There's a spiny dude over there shooting fireballs at the Fujin.
As you point in the direction of where you saw the spiny dude, you both look again in that direction and see it about 20 feet away from you to your north, coming at you with its claws and its giant tail. And it is its turn, actually.
That was its turn.
No, it had already moved that distance towards you, and now it gets to move again. Yeah.
And it's got acrobatize.
It sure does. It does kind of a move where it like wraps its tail, which has a giant spike on it, around one branch and sort of swings and grabs onto the other branches so that it's using all 3 of its limbs in a sort of way that you didn't see the other one being this sort of expert at moving. It comes to you, Weatherin, and
I'm invisible. It can see me.
Oh no, it can't see you. I'm sorry. It comes to Trilo. Hi, Trilo.
You're gonna throw Trilo under the bus like that?
I was gonna say we've been prepaying a great deal for this. So,
is it an opportunity attack for something like this?
If it comes into your range and then leaves your range, that would be an opportunity attack.
Is there any special case for it comes really close to me and it doesn't know I'm there?
I don't think so, but you would get a sneak attack if you attacked it and it doesn't know you're there.
Okay, like on my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And opportunity attacks have to be melee.
Yeah. Oh boy. I follow my own rules, and the bad guy slips as it approaches you, Trilo. And it falls a little ways, and it catches itself, but it is not able to make it all the way to you. So right now, you're by a big tree that you're standing on the branch, and it is on a branch of the same tree 10 feet below you.
Gotcha. And it's my
Looking
turn?
up at you all mean and stuff. Wait, it's 10 feet below you. No, you know what? It takes its action to steady itself. You can't fall through the cloudy sea and then do an attack action just exactly right afterwards. Trilo, it's your turn. The thing is directly below you.
Okay. Come on, longbow. Don't fail me now. How's a 17?
17 hits.
Yeah, the idiot savant comes through.
I roll 8 damage.
It barely notices.
Oh no!
You
Good help, Captain.
you start to hear kind of a commotion back to your east and north, so northeast. Something is going on. There are thwacks and grunts. Malmer, it is your turn. To your east, you have witnessed this this other like monster come at Trilo and miss and fall and like right itself, and then Trilo points his bow directly down and shoots at it and gets it in like the pinky finger or something. But this is all happening about 20 or 25 feet to your east.
Okay. So I've got a bad guy 25 feet to my east.
But it is about at the level where you are.
Okay. If I climb up, will I be able to shoot downwards at him?
Yeah.
I do that.
It's kind of it's a little bit trickier of a shot because there's so many branches in the way.
But right now, I've got a clear shot at him.
If you moved a little closer, you'd have a clear shot.
Okay, I'll move a little closer and take the clear shot.
Okay.
Take the shot. How does a 15 fare against his armor class?
A 15 hits.
Then a 26 will do even better.
Yes. Oh,
Good.
yes.
Good. I like it. Yes. Okay. 21, 31, 38 points of damage. These dice are in fuego.
That's fine, too. How many points of damage?
10, 21, 31, 38 points of damage.
It is knocked out from under you. Trilo. It travels about 20 feet, but catches itself nimbly as it flies.
He is sorry, I didn't say this, but I can transfer the hex. So he should be at disadvantage.
He will be at disadvantage from this point on then.
Okay.
Weatherin, you have just seen Malmer blast a barbed devil basically directly below you. It passes beneath you and grabs onto a tree branch to your east a little ways.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you can definitely reach it within your movement.
Okay, then I want to go do that and attack it.
Go for it.
Great. Let's see. And is there any modifier to me attacking it because I'm invisible or no?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't there? Sneak attack. I haven't looked up these rules in a while. But
sneak attack, like the
oh no,
feature?
rogue. That's a rogue feature. Never mind. I don't think you get that.
Okay. It just doesn't know I'm there or whatever.
I mean, you can make like a surprise attack or something where the guy is flat-footed.
How does that work?
That just has to do with initiative.
Okay.
Surprise.
Yeah, I don't think you get anything.
What does invisible say? Maybe it says something. Invisible. Basic rules.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Attack rolls have disadvantage. Creatures' attack rolls have advantage.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Attack rolls against you have disadvantage, and your attack
because
rolls
you're not
have
visible.
advantage.
Got it. Okay. Well, I will do that. I will just give the weird guy an attack with an 18.
That hits.
Great. And as for damage, give me 1 second and I will tell you. I'm going to do. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to use radiant damage. What do they call it? Divine smite with my blow.
Okay.
Chonk. And d8s are right there. To do a total of, let's see. That's a 20. I need a 10. You're there. One extra spell slot, 2d8. And is he undead or a fiend?
It is a fiend.
Okay. Plus one more d8 then, which is nice. Okay. So I do 29 damage.
You guys are killers.
Not Trilo.
So you
Watherin is up close.
describe your fighting technique. How you do this
So-
in the midst of
Yeah, Watherin used a two-handed for this, and he's got some mail on. So what my plan was, since he was invisible, is what I was hoping to do is go behind him, pull the sword, and just pull it towards me.
Okay.
So I'm, trying to bear hug him, but with the blade of the sword, get him where I can.
Are you grappling him?
No, I just wanted to use this to
Okay.
Cut hard.
Cool. Yeah, you do that, and it is able to not be decapitated, but only just by the littlest bit. Like you literally cut one of the spines off of its face.
Ouch.
It's
Great.
got like gore, black ooze coming out from the wound where you cut like a couple of its spines off. Like you gave it a real haircut there. But then it is the barbed devil's turn, and it turns to you and scowls. And
And I'm invisible now. I'm visible now.
you are visible now. And the tail comes out and whips around. And critical 20. It rolls a 20 against you, Weatherin. So
does
that's
hit.
26 against your armor class.
That hits.
So you take 15 damage from the tail, and then the claws come out. One claw swipes at you and just hits only air. And then the left claw, how is a 22?
It hits.
That one strikes you for 8 damage. So it's
Okay.
got you, and it's got you again with 2 of its attacks. Trilo, you see below you and to the east, just a little ways, you see this brawl happening where Weatherin's like glowing holy sword does this one enormous huge wound against the monster, which then strikes at him 3 times in quick succession, misses once, but hits twice some pretty significant blows.
That's what I see.
That's what you see.
And then it's my turn.
and then it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna shoot him. He's more than 5 feet away from me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll shoot him with my bow.
do so.
I'm
If he
doing it.
misses,
I'm
is there
doing
a
it.
risk to me?
What?
Is if he misses, and since I'm really close to the guy, is there a risk to me?
I think it would be within my rights to say so, but I usually wouldn't.
Maybe a really bad miss or something.
Yeah,
Then
maybe
you
if
have
it's like
chance.
a critical fail, that's something that would happen.
How's an 18?
An 18 is a hit.
Nice. I do 5 damage.
You hit it, and it is hit.
It is in fact hit.
You get it in like the calf. Thunk. You hear more commotion, and in fact, you hear some pretty serious creaking of trees to the northeast. There's some stuff going on. And
Congrats, there's stuff to the northeast.
being that it is 9 o'clock and we are at the top of the order, I'm going to go ahead and call our timeout. We will be back continuing this battle at 9:12.
Okay.
Excellent.
I forgot that. Oh, sorry. Let me go out first.
Welcome back to this episode of the Starfall Collective. I can say
Easy for you to say.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Novocaine. Take a hearty swig of Novocaine and then DM your game.
yes, that's definitely what I did. Malmer, you have just witnessed some real tussle going on between your shipmates and this devil. It is at about your same level, but maybe 30 feet east. East.
All right. He's going to spin that spear at glaive at the thing and pretend to make the glaive fire an eldritch blast at this devil. So I guess that means I hexed. So I guess that means. Okay, that's a 9. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
And do I crit on a 19?
No. What?
No, that's a different ability. Oh. So I can put the Hexblade's curse on this guy. I forgot about the Hexblade's curse. Yeah, that's right. All right. I mean, I place a Hexblade's curse on him as well, and then I attack.
And that doesn't take an action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the hex is not a bonus action?
Okay, so I put the bonus. I attacked in the last round too. So you're gonna make me pick which one of these I'm gonna do to this guy.
Yes.
You're gonna make me say all the things that I do. All right. In that case, he's hexed.
Okay.
So yes. So an 18 and a 28.
Those both hit. Roll up.
Okay. All right. All right. So 23.
23 damage.
23 damage.
Cool.
And I'll only blast him back one time. Well, I guess, wouldn't it? Yeah, I guess he's going to blast the guy back and give Watherin a chance to heal himself or something.
Okay. Yeah, Watherin, it is
the guy's hexed, so he's at disadvantage to save.
Yeah, and he does not save.
Okay.
It is right there in front of you when suddenly that eldritch energy just pop hits it and just blasts it off to the east, where it goes flying and falls a little ways, thunks against a trunk, and falls a little ways further, and then you see it no more.
Nor do we hear it.
Nor do you hear it. It is your turn, Weatherin. I cannot hear you.
Now, how about that?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, are we still in initiative?
Yeah.
Okay. I will, as an action. Okay, great. I will lay on hands to myself, which will give me, let's do 23 hit points back.
Nice.
Trilo, it's your turn. You watch the same thing happen.
And with my movement, I'm going to go back to the guys. I had climbed down a little to attack.
Okay, so which guys?
I'm just going to move back to where Trilo and
Okay,
Mal are.
they're to your west a little ways,
Okay.
which is away from the Fujin. Cool. Yeah, you made up with them.
So
Trilo.
that guy fell down and threw and away, or sorry, I wasn't.
As far
Yeah,
as we know.
he fell down. He thunked really hard against a tree trunk and then fell down past where you can see.
Gotcha.
And
I
Wyvern
guess.
comes over and heals himself.
I guess I'll stand back up and look around.
Okay. Yeah, so you climb up a little ways and stick your head above the fog, and you see to your northeast that the four, actually not four of them, the three Aarakocra are hovering above a spot that is just to your northeast, that is directly west of the Fujin, and they're just shooting arrows down at it, circling, shooting more arrows.
How far away are they?
This is all going to be maybe 50 feet away from you guys.
And do I see what they're shooting at?
At the same time, sailors from the Fujin are shooting their crossbows at the same region, but doesn't look like they're hitting anything.
Do I see what they're shooting at?
You cannot see what they're shooting at from where you are. It just looks like they're just shooting down into the mist.
I guess I will.
You don't have the right angle on it. All you can see is like the mist in the way there.
I'll tell Captain and Watherin that there's something about 50 feet northwest of us. Did I say the right direction?
No, northeast, but that's fine. We knew what you meant.
No, I think you should hold me to.
You can also see that they're working on lowering the Fujin's boat.
I tell them that. They're raising the Fujin's boat, guys. I mean, hey, they're raising the Fujin's boat.
They're lowering
What
it.
ho?
Why would they raise
I know.
it? Okay.
Precisely.
Cool. Malmer, it is your turn.
Okay, so Malmer is given information that in a particular non-cardinal direction, the Fujin is being altered in height, and so he heads towards the Fujin.
Well, the boat is the little boat. The Fujin is the ship.
Oh, so some folks are trying to get underneath a boat, not the Fujin?
Yeah, what I remember they're lowering a boat is that you have those smaller boats with the fans on the back for
Right.
hunting kraken in, and
Right.
they had set one of them up as a shield, but now they're undoing that and getting into it and preparing to lower it down into the sea.
Okay. All right. So I guess Mal is going to try to cover these guys. So he's going to need to get up to the highest place that he can and probably call for that boat to come pick him up so that he can get mobile on the battlefield.
Okay, so when you get your head up above, you see the Fujin is about it is about 150 feet to your east, whereas the Aarakocra are circling about 50 feet to your east.
Say that again. Sorry.
So when you look around you, it's the blank expanse of fog.
Right.
Whereas to your north is that trench.
Okay.
And to your east, about 50 feet, is an area where there are Aarakocra circling. Your friends, the Aarakocra, are circling and
Gotcha.
shooting arrows down into something in the fog.
Okay.
Past that is the Fujin, about 100 feet past that.
He's going for the thing that the Aarakocra are firing arrows at.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll move in that direction.
Are you going to take the dash action?
I suppose I'll need to, because if not, I will not travel a meaningful distance.
Yep. You do not make it all the way there, but you do get close enough that you get enough angle that you can see that that the Aarakocra have like used their wings to sort of flap away the mist a little bit.
Sure.
And there are the party of dark elves is down below, and they're just sort of like trying to hide under branches and things, and still making
With their
some
axe hands.
still making some attempt to move eastward,
Okay.
but they don't seem to have shields mostly.
Okay.
And so they're finding it. They seem scared of the arrows that are coming down on them from the Aarakocra.
Sure. Excellent. Okay, so those guys are pinned down. So can Mal see any more sources? Has he seen any more bolts or jets or gouts of flame, fire, arcane energy traveling around?
hasn't.
So heretofore, he and Watherin and Trilo have taken out 2 horned devils.
Barbed
devils. If he can see any of these bad guys, he's going to transfer his hex to one of them that he can see.
All you can see from here are just the edges of a few dark elves.
Yep, that's fine. I'll just pick one. That's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
It's done. Weatherin, your turn. Malmer moves off to the northeast.
Okay. Which is where most of the nearby bad guys
Seems
are.
to be some commotion going on there. You hear sounds, and I guess Trilo has yelled to you that something's going on over there.
Yeah, I'm going to follow.
Okay.
How far away are they?
When you get
Ish.
to Malmer, they are about 15 feet away, the first of them.
And how far away was Malmer? How far did you have me travel?
You traveled like 30 feet.
Okay, great.
By the way, I'm making that guy at disadvantage on wisdom if I have to say that right now when I do it. I didn't
You
say
should.
it.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
The nearest guy?
Our listeners on the future podcast appreciate it. Trilo, it's down to you.
It all depends on me.
I guess.
Have I seen anything I can shoot yet, or?
You can't shoot anything from where you are right now. I mean, you could shoot some of your friends from here.
I can't see any of those axe-handed guys.
From where you currently are, you could only see that the Aarakocra are shooting down at something. You can't tell what.
Gotcha.
But you have seen your current teammates go off in that direction.
I'll follow them, and I go 17 and a half feet.
Okay, so you don't go quite as far as they do. Cool.
My walking speed is 35 feet.
Cool. At this point, I think that we can. You know what, Trilo?
Uh-huh.
Make me another intelligence roll.
Just straight up intelligence.
Just give me straight up intelligence.
For what? I haven't used it around him. I didn't use it around him again. I just text a guy.
Don't worry, I got a critical fail.
You used it around him like 3 times in the last
Oh, my
in the last
head!
18 seconds.
I just eternal sunshine of the spotless minded you. You don't even know who Malmer Mayala is.
What did you roll, Trilo?
1.
A 1?
A 1.
You have critically
Thankfully,
your check to see whether you can identify the obvious Eldritch blasts that Captain Gorio is doing with the Eldritch blasts that you saw the dead sailor Malmer do many times. This is obvious. Anybody else would have figured it out. You have not.
anyone.
Gentlemen, I don't want you to lose your vision. Blinded by the brilliance of my tactical genius, please look away. It's not safe to stare directly.
You could have brought anyone along with you, and you brought the one.
But who
person
did I
who can't
choose?
Identify you.
I chose the stupidest man on board with the best shot on a longbow.
To be fair, Trilo is of average intelligence. He's just not heroic.
He's just
He
not
is
heroically.
less than average wisdom.
So I think at this point, you guys can tell me what your intentions are, and we'll see whether or not initiative continues to be necessary.
So I can tell you that Gorio's intent is to brandish his wand of holding and shout threateningly to the group of dark elves and say, "I've cast your generals, I've cast your captains down into the black, and the Horned Devil's bodies will be falling for eternity. And you're next if you don't flee before me." And he's going to cast Hold Person on the dark elf that he just hexed. And the guy's going to, unless he makes a heck of a save at disadvantage, go rigid and fall like a bowling ball through
What
the
is the
branches. I think it's DC 17. Let me double check it.
He does not make that save. So this dark elf, the one that you picked, is one of the ones that has axes for hands.
Nice.
And it goes rigid and does just sort of slowly, because it's in a fixed position, on anymore. Although its legs were wrapped around this branch, it's not holding tight anymore. And so it just slowly, while the other ones watch, with a look of horror on its face, it slowly tilts.
Yeah, he's not mute. He's only paralyzed, so he can scream.
Yeah, he's screaming and begging in a language that you cannot understand as it falls and bounces off some tree branches and then poof through the lower canopy. And the others look up at you like they've got their hands up. They're trying to surrender. The Aarakocra have stopped shooting arrows, but they continue to circle overhead. This is the two guards that came to you from Yellow Eyes, as well as Kalerk.
Okay.
The nerdy Aarakocra is not with them.
Okay. Gorio yells out, "Hold your fire! They're surrendering!"
The boat starts to make its way over. It has Barkis with some sailors in it.
Okay.
They're starting to sail over.
Barkis,
what are you going to do with your new prisoners?
Yeah, Barkis, bring the ships over. Bring sufficient rope and shackles to bind the prisoners, and set a guard and a watch over them. Strip them of their weapons. Search them each to the man.
Oh, there's almost 20 of them, Captain. We can scarce feed them all, but they're, as you know, that the Fujin is not currently operable exactly. Too much stuff is damaged for it to be able to sail over to you, and there is only one boat which holds 6 people, so it's going to be quite a job.
That's fair. He doesn't want to bring them all aboard the Fujin. He just wants to round them up. In fact, he says, "Belay that order. Circle them up. Aim weapons at them, and take aside a few for questioning."
One of them starts speaking to you in Undercommon, which I believe Weatherin understands.
Mm-hmm.
And she says,
Yes.
She says, "We surrender. We surrender. We have some. We have some boats hidden. Let us go back to our boats, and we'll leave. We'll leave you alone. We'll go away."
Watherin faithfully conveys
Doesn't
that.
sound like a surrender to me.
Boats, you say? I think.
We didn't want to. We didn't want to fight you. We're just a work crew. We don't even know how to take over a ship. They just made us. We're here to cut down the trees. See, look. She lifts up a hand, which is like a
An axe.
grotesque,
Ugh.
half flesh, half metal monstrosity.
Right. Well, I tell you what you're going to do. You'll work for your lives for 24 hours, and then you'll be on your way. You'll take as few boats with you as is physically possible, loading up each boat to the maximum occupancy, and leave behind those that are extra. And in the meantime, for the next, I'll be fair, till sundown, you'll chop wood and prepare materials. My boat happens to be short a few extra, and you can earn your freedom.
One of the other dark elves conveys this to her. It seems she doesn't speak common.
Sure.
And
Watherin is also translating
Yeah.
if necessary.
Yeah.
So-
he said Mal is saying this to Watherin and Watherin's. Yeah.
okay, the they are amenable to anything that will get the Aarakocra to stop shooting them.
Sure. Yep. And in the meantime, the Aarakocra are going to maintain a aerial guard over them, and Mal's going to station some men to point bows at them as well, and have Watherin kind of head up the guard of these guys, so that Barkus and the normal chain of command can handle the stuff with the Fujin.
Okay.
So
They can take you to where they have 2 rafts and various little random canoes and small skiffs. Not
Okay.
really canoes. They're more like what are the ones in Venice with the poles? They're more like gondolas because paddles don't work so well in the Cloudy Sea, but they have long poles that they use to push their little canoes along the surface of the they really look a lot
Davy
more like
Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier.
All right. Do any of them look like they could achieve any measurable speed if outfitted correctly?
no.
Okay.
No,
So
your boat is significantly faster than all of these. These are
But what if we
these
put a big fan on the back of one?
yeah, I mean, if we put a fan on it, did any
No.
of them look like they were? No. Okay. All right.
no. The 2 rafts are these are like boats that are meant to be pulled along. They barely have keels. They barely have like sides. They're almost not even boat shaped.
What if we took 2 of those and made a catamaran out of it? Used each of them for a hull.
You can begin whatever construction projects. You have a carpenter and plenty of labor, so
Mal's just trying to think, like, if he takes 2 of their boats, can they cram onto the others and still manage to sail away? Presumably, they've lost a few men.
they can cram onto either. Yeah, they've lost about a third of their number.
Okay, so Mal
can
will take a third of their boats.
They can cram onto either one raft and all of the smaller boats, or the 2 rafts. So you can pick if you want to leave them able to sail away, then you would take either a raft or the small boats.
Just let them stand on the trees and take all their boats. Why are you concerned about them leaving?
Yeah, exactly. You just murdered a bunch of dark elves a couple episodes ago.
Mal turns to the paladin and says, It's your call.
Well, thanks, Captain.
Hey, look, don't be the moral compass of the ship if you don't want to take a bearing every now and then.
Oh, he was saying thanks.
No. I have the syndrome where it comes across as sarcastic, but that was very sincere.
Oberon isn't for needless killing, but whatever assistance they have, and if they get back, aids our enemy in their work. I would say give them sufficient rations to make the walk. The longer they're not back with whoever they're serving, the longer that person or God or whatever doesn't have their help.
You should be aware that that's nearly a death sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give them a little boat for enough for like one person or two or three, whatever the smallest amount is, and say that person can go get help and come back and get you.
Now that's interesting.
Something
that's making them roll the dice.
Not a death sentence.
Well, so this is getting more complicated now. Interesting.
And Watherin, after he says his bit, sort of conspicuously shuts his mouth, saying, back up to Goryo.
All of my bad guys are making the worst rolls this episode.
Haha!
Oh, are they trying to listen in?
I'm not telling you what they're trying to do. Only that the reason
They're
you are
failing.
hearing about it is that it's not working.
Okay.
I shouldn't tell you that at all. I should just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, well, and that's what we like about you, Matthew. Okay. All right. Odds. Their fate is harsh. Even their fate is... it's harsh. Okay. Yeah, when we're done, Mal will give them one small boat, and we'll take all the rest of their boats and say, you can go back for help, and we will leave your people with enough rations to survive and let them keep their weapons. But he's not going to say that until the end. So for now, they're under the impression that they're just going to get their ships and leave.
So you tell them that you're going to let them go on their ships.
Oh, he's already told them that. And then
they're going to work until nightfall.
Right.
Cutting more wood for use in repairing the Fujin. And then you're going to actually...
Oh, I see. But we're not ready to sail yet.
You're not ready to sail yet.
Yeah, never mind. I think Mal is actually somewhat conscientious of the fact that he is no longer really actively under the employ of Chernobog, and is actually trying to prepare his soul for some sort of restoration. So I think when Watherin says this to him, he says, "Aye, but night has fallen, and I have no desire to try to keep a handle on 20-odd dark elves in the cloudy sea. One of them slips away, one man's throat gets slit. 'Twill be on my conscience. 'Tis a good deal. They're honest men and women. 'Tis not their fault that they serve a vile god. We'll have no great tactical advantage to return a few common laborers. We keep a raft. We let them return on the rest." Right, because the raft going to be slower than building some sort of catamaran? He consults with the ship carpenter, like which would be better, to keep one of their rafts and try to retrofit that, or to try to make something lash together two of the small ones with a catamaran.
Building anything is always going to be slower than using what you already have to hand.
I thought we were in the process of cutting wood to make boats.
Yeah, to repair the
And all
Fuji.
that fell off when we flipped over.
No, but also like replace the small boats that we've lost.
You were originally doing that, but currently there's more urgent repairs necessary.
Yeah, I remember
Sure.
the boat flipped over.
So I'm saying for in the future, does the
Yeah.
carpenter have an opinion about whether it would make for a faster boat to make a catamaran or to try to, out of some of the smaller ones, or to try to make the raft?
He says, these oh, what was his voice like? He was a crazy old coot prospector.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gosh, chickens!
Oh,
these
peaches!
these boats are trash. I don't want the wood from these boats. Those rafts, no siree, no siree, no thank you. Leave those to the garbage dark elves. I don't want them. Probably filthy. Spider goo all over them.
Spider goo.
Well, thank goodness we took up 7 minutes of exposition and roleplay time with this. Get out of here.
I don't know why you didn't.
Covered, pointy-eared scum.
Just keep shooting at him.
Yeah, he sends
So-
the dark elves away.
Okay, so you're going to have them work until nightfall, and then you're going to send them away.
Yeah.
Okay, they cut you some trees. As night begins,
Sorry. In the meantime, though, I do want to take aside a couple of them and let the Aarakocra have at them with interrogation. They can do whatever they want to the guy. So the Aarakocra had expressed a desire, and hopefully he'll be able to get some sort of context clues about the letters that the other dark elves had had in their person. So
yes, indeed.
okay.
He asks if they can take one of the dark elves back to Air Mountain.
Yeah, that's fair.
He says he's since you're the captain and you're the authority on the spot, he's willing to Air Mountain is willing to ratify whatever decision you make about the fate of the rest of them, but for intelligence purposes, he would like to keep one captive on a more or less permanent basis.
Yeah.
So he and Weatherin, he doesn't speak Undercommon, but so Weatherin, you and the Aarakocra priest, you interview each of the captives, and you find out which one of them is the highest ranked or which one has the most experience. And it does turn out to be the lady who spoke up for them earlier. She's not in charge, but she's the equivalent of a pit boss.
Okay.
She's like a shift manager. There were 2 shift managers, and the other one's dead, and the barbed devils, which were actually in charge of their crew, are both dead as well, or gone at least. And so she's what's left, but she's not really, doesn't know says to you that she doesn't know anything that's going on. But
Sure.
You're
Well,
a liar.
Mal explains to her, truth be told, the deal was about to go quite badly for your people. I was about to confiscate your boats and kill all of you, but your lives mean something, and I think we can make a good sacrifice. You'll be taken, and none of your boats will be deprived of your people. All of your other remaining men and women will be given sufficient rations and all the boats to have the greatest possible chance to make it home. But you'll be coming with us.
she begs you and says, please kill all of them and let me go instead.
Please kill all of them.
They are dark elves.
Oh, man, that is funny. That is very funny.
She keeps trying to make deals with you, and she's like promises that are probably not true. Like she knows where a whole bunch of levy is, and she'll take you to it if you'll like just forget all this ever happened.
All right.
Or like she knows all about Karen's plans and what Karen is up to, and she'll tell you if only, and it's your BS detector is like,
Yeah.
nah, this is not real.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
Trello thinks it's all real. He has a negative
Yeah,
2
great.
in wisdom.
Captain, what a fortunate thing. She knows all of Karen's plans. All right. Fair enough.
So,
we do all that.
Night falls and you let them go. The priest says, with a captive, I feel like I should do his voice. With a captive, I feel like maybe we should make our way directly back to Air Mountain, and you can follow us at a later date. Although it seems as though we've been very useful, I will leave it up to you, Captain. Will you? We're willing to continue scouting for you as the Fujin makes its way to Air Mountain, but for tactical considerations, we would love to get this captive back to headquarters.
I've also got a powerful amount of levy aboard. 'Twould be a thing that would be devastating to fall into the hands of the enemy. Tactically speaking, the priority of this ship is still superior. And with your flight with us, we'll get this fella back quickly, and we'll get all this levy to safe harbor. So, for now, we consolidate our forces.
Excellent.
If you'd like to send...
Yeah, I guess I don't think Mal says that. He would have had a chance to think. All right. Mal was going to say if you want to send one of your people to Air Mountain to send out a party to meet us. Actually, maybe that would be good. To kind of send somebody out from harbor, send a party out from harbor to kind of give us at least an escort the last bit of the way there. Maybe they can meet us a third of the way.
Yeah.
Rathern would definitely be up for something.
Oh, being taken back with them, leaving early.
Something. Including maybe something about securing, splitting some of the levy, although I don't know if that would sound scammy.
Yeah, the other problem is 2 of the Aarakocra would have to, maybe all 3 would have to. Well, you said that 2 of the Aarakocra were helping another one fly.
Yeah,
because
the priest isn't strong enough to make such a long flight
right
on his own, and so these guards have sort of a harness to help him. All Aarakocra can fly, but not all of them are super athletes like these guards.
These are Navy SEALs, and he's like an old senator.
Right.
Yeah, a young nerd.
Okay.
A senator's aide.
Okay. I mean, Josh would like to let Sir Robert do what Sir Robert wants to do, but I don't think Mal would send most of the Aarakocra back to carry.
I don't think so
Wathern.
either, but Wathern's willing to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
So, I think, Mal will say,
Sorry, lad. I promise to get you there with all due haste. 'Tis the highest priority in the heading of the ship. Let that be salve for your... let that be bread for your hungry belly.
Aye, Captain. Wathern has no problem. He just...
okay. So we are just now hopefully significantly advanced in the timeline of ship repair, having had as many people as we have on crew again work for an entire day.
I'm sure they did great work.
For material. Well, all they have to do is material gathering. They're doing the lowest level stuff.
Yeah, when after a few insignificant accidents early on, your sailors, Kyoko and Sarah, who are supervising the Dark Elf work crews, find that extremely close supervision is what's called for to get results from them.
Yeah.
So it's not actually because it takes so many of your sailors to supervise the Dark Elves. It's not all. It is faster. You do get more done than you would normally, but maybe not as much as one would think.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same amount as if you just doubled your number of workers,
Right.
because
Fair
they're not
enough.
really willing. But yeah, by the time the sun starts to go down, the repairs are almost complete. The smaller mast, you don't have another tree to replace it, but you have been able to rig a half-size mast ahead of it. So
I take
Fuji's
it
not.
Trilo can't mend the place where it snapped
That's
if
the
they
other guy.
stand it. What's that?
That's not Trilo.
Oh,
It's,
Trilo doesn't have mend. Gotcha.
No, that's Finitier.
It may be that if somebody did have the mend cantrip, then that would be a significant help to this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, the original, I guess it's called a foremast, but the smaller mast that's in the front of the ship is not replaceable. But you did find a tree that is suitable enough to make that sort of half-sized mast. So the Fujin has had there is a permanent effect to this accident. It's slightly slower, slightly less maneuverable than it
Mhm.
was before. But as of tomorrow morning, when we will pick up the next episode of the Starfall Collective, the Fujin will be able to sail once more.
Excellent.
So thank you very much for joining us tonight for this episode. That is all for tonight, and tune in this same time next week for another exciting episode. And remember, failure is beautiful.